We're here back at the Fantasy Bar Monday night in the NBA. We got 6 of my favorite plays, including a set of teammates. I'm looking to load up on my favorite value play on the slate, a center in a smash spot, my favorite correlations, and we'll end with some crazy numbers for the beast of the night. You got to see to believe. Who are we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Monday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack. Good to be back here in the Fantasy Bar. 6 guys fresh off the tap for you in the NBA on FanDuel and DraftKings. Hope everybody out there had a great weekend. Before we get into the plays, as always, take a second, click that thumbs up button. Helps us out tremendously here on YouTube. Thank you for that. Subscribe to the channel. Don't miss any of the videos. NBA, NFL, sports betting videos. Lots going on here in the Fantasy Bar. Make sure you subscribe and head over to scoresandodds.com/beer for all of your sports betting needs. All right, 8-game slate here on tap. Let's dive in at shooting guard, small forward with Bennedict Mathurin of Indiana. Now we know a lot of potential ceiling here. You take a guy like Tyrese Halliburton out of that lineup, that could mean good things here for a lot of Indiana Pacers. But it's Mathurin who's been the biggest benefactor anytime Halliburton is off the floor. When you run the numbers here in our Court IQ tool, in our RotoGrinders premium suite of tools, which you'll have a shot at some free premium coming up at the end of the video. If you're not a member already, 6.5% usage bump, almost a 33% usage rate anytime Tyrese Halliburton's off the floor. That is an incredible number here, especially when you're only spending in the mid-5s here. And Golden State not been good against shooting guards. I know Klay Thompson, generally a very good defender, but playing limited minutes, never know when he's in the lineup. Mathurin also playing a little small forward. So point is, Golden State not as stout defensively as they've been in the past. Too much usage here for a $5,500 player. Mathurin, solid option here in the mid-range. All right, let's stay with the Pacers. Load up on another guy at power forward or center. We're going with Myles Turner. So just another guy that shows you the kind of usage Tyrese Halliburton commands when you get 2 guys that really benefit. But Turner, the guy that you see in fantasy points per minute, which you can also see in Court IQ, almost 1.5 per minute for Turner. So run the numbers, just give him 30 minutes. We're talking about a hell of a performance at these prices in the mid-7s and should have a size advantage here. We know they play a lot of Draymond Green at the 5. Potential double-double here for Myles Turner, middle of the pack in fantasy points allowed. For points allowed, Golden State bottom 10, 2 centers. Turner playing some incredible ball, maybe the best of his career. Give him those lineups here on Monday night. All right, I promised you my favorite value play at power forward center, Brandon Clarke of the Grizzlies. So no Steven Adams last game. Brandon Clarke steps in, plays 3rd highest minute total of the season, 2nd best fantasy point production of the season, 35 DraftKings points. So almost a 10x return here on this $3,700 salary if he comes close to that number here once again tonight. So we'll keep an eye on the status of Steven Adams and just gives you that salary savings that we want. Tournaments, we'll keep an eye on the ownership. Maybe it gets a little bit out of control. You pivot to a Jaren Jackson Jr., something along those lines. But cash games, too hard to ignore a guy like this. Lands in that starting lineup, under 4K in DraftKings. Got to be in your cash game lineups. And wrinkle in a little bit in tournaments. Brandon Clarke, great value here on Monday night. All right, let's get back to point guard, shooting guard with Terry Rozier of Charlotte. So LaMelo Ball going to miss once again. We know Gordon Hayward continues to be on the shelf. That leaves the ball in Terry Rozier's hands a ton here. Been playing some great basketball here of late. 35 or more DraftKings points now in 4 straight games. Clippers have struggled against the point guard, and it makes sense. You got Reggie Jackson out there, not a defender at all. 6th most fantasy points allowed to this position. Terry Rozier, I think, continues to stay on a tear here. Great price on FanDuel, just a tick above 7,000. Let's stay in that game, but go to the other side at center, Ivica Zubac of the Clippers. We know by now, love targeting centers against Charlotte. Why not? They're that bad. They're historically bad against centers here. So let's go back to the well on Zubac. Most fantasy points allowed to the center position. Bottom 6 in points allowed, rebounds allowed. Whatever category you want to look at, the Hornets have been horrible against centers here. Now, we know the production for Zubac, up and down, no doubt. Very inconsistent, so makes maybe a little nervous in your cash games. I think you could still go there, and you could especially go there in tournaments. We've seen double-doubles now in 3 of the last 4 games. We saw this guy put an almost 80 burger on the board the other night with 29 rebounds in 1 game. Is he going to do that again? Well, this would be the spot to replicate something like that. You also have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George questionable here tonight. They're out, and it's a little bit more offense for Zubac. all the signs pointing him being one of the best, if not the best, center option here on tonight's slate. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Monday night. Before we do that, to continue our Beast of the Night contest, here's where you got a shot to win some free RotoGrinders Premium. Check out that sweet Court IQ tool. All you got to do, get in the comment section right below the video and guess fantasy points on DraftKings tonight. For my Beast of the Night, the closest guess is going to win that free week of RotoGrinders Premium. Chance to check everything out. All right, get to my favorite play. I promise you some crazy numbers coming here. Let's get to tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We're going to the point guard position, and we are rolling with Trae Young of the Hawks, tonight's Beast of the Night. Now, first things first, this is a game you're certainly going to want to target. Should be looking at pace stats. Both of these teams within the top 5 play at a very, very fast pace. It's more possessions, more opportunities to put fantasy points on the board. And Trae Young been playing at an incredible MVP level, in my opinion. In fact, only one game over the last 13 has this guy dipped under 40 DraftKings points, and we've seen many games, 50s, 60s, the upside through the roof here. Now, when you run the numbers without John Collins, without DeAndre Hunter, these are some of the most crazy, insane numbers I have ever seen. Usage bump this season, over 15% with those guys off the floor. Takes his usage to 49.2%. I mean, that's one of the, if not the highest number I've ever seen doing these videos, and averages 1.77 fantasy points per minute with those two off the floor this season. So absolute crazy. Best game environment we could ask for here. He's under 10K. Sign me up. Trae Young, my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it here for Monday Night in the Fantasy Bar. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, please hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points for Trae Young on DraftKings for your shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. Who's your Beast of the Night? You're 10 in the bar here. Who is your top play here on this Monday night slate? Sound off in that comment section. Hit that thumbs up button if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel and check out scoresandodds.com/beer. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Best of luck on tonight's slate. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back on Wednesday with another video. We'll see you Wednesday. Good luck.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist